All right, guys, Davis Auto Sales here in Richmond, Virginia. Trying to hit on one of the most popular asked questions or things that we deal with most every day. And Christian behind the camera is actually one that receives a lot of these, so I'm going to refer to him a little bit just so you know who I'm speaking to. You can't hear him because he doesn't have a mic. But how do you sell a car to us? We did a video about how to buy a car, so if you're here looking to buy a car, which we have all kinds of different stuff, spin all the way around. There you go. And then several hundred across the street, 50 or 60 more over there. So we got a lot of different stuff. But how do you sell a vehicle to us? Because we all know we're in a different time. The economy's changing. There's nothing to be embarrassed about if you got to get rid of your car. Whether it's a financial thing, whether it's that you want to upgrade and you hate dealing with the dealer, or whether you don't want to deal with Craigslist or Facebook with guys wanting to trade you a scooter and a goat and a swing set for your car. So we take the worry out of that. I will tell you at the end of the deal, it's going to be the easiest transaction you've ever made. And we do it every day. But here's what gets to binding us up, and here's the reason for this video. Myself, Mike, Christian, AJ, my mom, Julie, anybody that's behind the computer, all of us get bombarded with, will you buy my square body? Will you buy my Ferrari? Will you buy my Lamborghini? Will you buy my tricycle? Will you buy my go-kart? Will you buy my motorcycle? There's some things we will buy, there's some things we won't. You will know with me, I'll buy just about anything, but the deal has to be right. We're not here for free. We are a business, and at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that we're buying, we're having to transport it. We're having to get it here, and part of these videos you guys are seeing, I'll take a truck that somebody thinks is the most brand new, perfect vehicle in the world, and I still have to spend money on it. So here's where we're at. We have all decided to take a single phone number, which is our phone that gets used for videos. So do not call it, but you can text, pics, or videos to this number. Save this number. It will be in the comment section, and it will be in the, make sure Christian has put it in our description of this video, so that you can find this number. 804-357-9764 for those that can't read my sloppy handwriting. If you have a vehicle for sale, please send it to us. Now, the things we need are the VIN, 4 to 8 pics. Don't go crazy unless we ask for more. Couple different angles of the outside, couple different angles of the inside. Miles, payoff, or not. And a brief description.
Modifications,
mods, and the goods, but most importantly, the bads. I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna circle it. Please tell us the negatives. I'm gonna see them either way, whether one of my guys goes, whether we send Lemon Squad, however we do it. Please let us know the negatives up front. Any bad history with the car. We're going to run an auto check. We're going to check those things. So please be upfront about it. But these are the things I need. It's not always going to be me responding, but I will tell you, if it is a square body, if it is a $100,000 truck, if it's a 6-door vehicle, if it's an oddity, they're going to refer it to me. I'm probably going to ask for more pics. I'll go back and forth with you. This is not something that happens immediately. We'll get to it as quickly as we can. If we're doing a video, then maybe a video after this, it might be an hour before we're back to even see if this phone has text messages. But this is going to be the best way. The other way, if you don't get a response, sometimes on the weekend, you're not going to get a response. Somebody does not carry this phone 24/7, okay? Is going to be trucks at Davis Auto Sales.com. You can use this as well. This is one of the most common ones we refer to now, but for a little bit better response, send it to here. So here's the other side of this video. This is also the same way if you want to consign with us or trade with us. Consignment is very easy with us. We've got a whole video about it. You can watch that video. I'll refer you to that video to explain exactly how that works. We don't take everything on consignment. I've only got a certain amount of space, and we're already busting at the seams for the stuff that's ours. So unless it's something that, one, we can sell, two, that's desirable, and there's some meat on the bone for us to make a profit, then we don't have the time or the room for it, unfortunately. We're not a car show place, we're not a museum. Even though it looks like one, thankfully. And also, please don't get impatient with my guys. We just had a situation on a supercar. The guy texted with us, we made an offer, we went back and forth. Finally, he agreed upon our offer because I knew we'd made the best offer possible. Now, he had guys blowing smoke at him because he threw it on Facebook. And it was a cool car. I didn't want it if it wasn't. But he had a price up here, and people were just hitting him, and just wasting his time. Well, finally, he accepted our offer. But then he wanted to take care of it within hours. Why? Because the repo man was coming to get the car. Lo and behold, the repo man got the car. We had to end up buying it and dealing with it through the bank and some other things. That's okay. We still worked it out, but it was a ton of extra leg room for him, a ton of extra cost for him, leg work for us. We did it because we promised we would do it, and it was still a good result at the end of the day. The car got off his credit, we bought it, it didn't go to auction, things happened the right way. But he waited to the last minute, and I already knew we made the right offer, but we're not pushing. If I make an offer, we're gonna stand behind it. We had another very similar situation on a very high-end 6-door truck. Made the guy an offer over a year ago. He wanted crazy lane. I said, I'm not there, I'm here. I know I'm gonna have to fix this, this, and this. I already knew up front what I had to do to make the truck right. Yeah, I agree with that. He was, we had a great conversation. I said, hey, try to get the more money. You might get it. But what people don't realize is financing is tough. These old classic vehicles, financing is near impossible. The cash out there in the market has run out. The guys spending hundreds of thousands of dollars frivolously are not there anymore. So it's not as easy. Of course, if you put something on Facebook, everybody's going to thumbs up it, like it, share it, get all excited about it. But none of them are typically writing a check or buying it. And that's the other thing that my guys wanted me to remind people of. If you're going to post something on Marketplace, Instagram, wherever for sale, it really makes it harder on us, and it honestly probably sways our purchase price a little bit because of the fact then, if you post it and advertise it and it's 6 months goes by and then you call us and we buy it, everybody's gonna be like, what's wrong with that truck? So-and-so had it for sale forever. So-and-so had it for sale forever. And then it just will have a bad omen to it. Might not be anything wrong with it at all. You just didn't make the deal happen. We finally bought it, we put it up for sale. So if you're serious about selling your car, I know it's easy to put it online, but realize that it makes our job harder, and it's going to probably affect the price that we offer you, because my guys are always searching too. If there's a good deal out there, they're already seeing it. They're already screenshotting it. My phone is full, and I don't even have Facebook, of screenshots of, got one right now, of stuff coming and going, and this is for sale, and this is available. And I'm talking tow trucks, I'm talking wreckers, I'm talking exotic cars, I'm talking pickup trucks, 6-door trucks, the odd stuff that nobody else buys in the dealer world. We're going to end up with it one way or the other in most cases. If you trade it in, the dealer's going to call me and sell it to me anyway. So why not get the right money and the best money up front? What other things, Christian? I know all y'all have been pushing on this, so what's some other things to remind you?
Price expectations.
Your price expectations. So we'll buy everything from $5,000 to $500,000. So the price expectation has to be very realistic. KBB, NADA,
Manheim.
There's so many things out there that people use to value their vehicle. Again, we're not a nonprofit, we're not a charity, so we do have to make a profit on the cars. We don't have to make a killing, but we do have to make a profit. And you have to understand that. We also, in most cases, like my transport guy just left out, he's heading to pick up a truck across the country. I've got his time, I've got fuel, I've got my equipment cost, trailer cost, all these other fees and things that go into bringing that vehicle home. It's not free. So I pay the man $100,000 for this XYZ vehicle. That doesn't mean I get it back here and it's only $100,000. At that point, I probably already have 103, 104 in it. Then I've got to run it through the shop. Then I've got to run it through the books. Then I've got to photograph it. So there's a whole lot more things that go involved with it, which each piece takes a little piece of the pie. I might end up with $110,000 at the end of the day in that vehicle that people may have saw, oh, he paid $100. Yeah, the check was written for $100, but with cost and expenses, there are other things that go into it. So please remember that. We do have to make a profit. Be realistic with your prices as you can be. Make sure to give us as much information as possible. Another thing, let's say there's a payoff involved. let's just go back to an example of how this works, because this will make Gail in the office, which is my mom, which deals with all the bookkeeping side of things. Let's just say we buy that $100,000 vehicle and you owe 50 to XYZ Bank. Okay? So that means 50,000 is coming to you. Let's just say consumer. So the quicker this bank does their job, she's gonna be ready to pay it off, pronto. So we gotta get this money sent to this bank, to somebody there that knows what's going on. So that way your account gets zeroed out, and then you can get your $50,000. Because we know that's what you're looking for. You know, most of the time what you owe is closer to what you're getting. In this case, there's also upside down, so let's do that scenario. Let's just say the vehicle is 50, and I'll show you this real quick. This is an unfortunate one. This is a vehicle right here that customer sent us, a 2024 Chevrolet Silverado Crew Cab LTZ. His truck is valued with his mileage. He had very low miles. Average price is this. This is what his truck's valued at. So we're not, well, let's just use exact numbers. 65,000. 65,000 is what we're giving this man for this truck. Unfortunately, because he bought during COVID, and I think he probably traded in a negative equity vehicle, he owes $95,000. Yes, guys, this is real world stuff. Right here, you know, this is it. So he's $30,000. That's an extreme situation, but this money's got to come from somewhere. Whether you trade it and roll it, which is damn near impossible. Normally these numbers are 5, 10, 12,000, something like that. You got to have this money. You got to bring us a check, cash, money order. We do a credit card, but we don't like doing that because there's fees. But you got to pay this difference here, because I got to put that money with this money to make your payoff. So that's a negative equity situation, just in case some of you don't understand how that works. It can work, but you'd be better to drive that truck off a cliff, because that's a lot of negative equity. Somebody really put it to him, saying it kindly. And he's only had it like 6 months, so he didn't even have a huge effect of COVID, but COVID times are real and prices were stupid high. We all know that. What else you think, Kristen?
That's it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So again, the guys get most of these calls. I end up having to be the decision maker. You sometimes will get a response saying our buyer. That means that's not our buyer, meaning we're trying to sell it to somebody else. That means our buyer, or one of my buyers that travels. I have one that travels to auctions. I have one that travels to buy stuff off Facebook. I have one that travels just to get stuff, and he is a buyer for me. I have one that's been with me for 25. He's been with me for 30 years probably. He travels all over wherever I need to send him, whether it be an auction, a estate sale, whatever. So sometimes I bounce it off. If my guy's better with 2022 Super Duties, or he's better with this, we'll refer to him. One of my buyers is really good with exotics. He loves them. He's up to date on them. So I bounce it off different people. So we're not just going by values. Of course, there is no book value on a square body. There's no book value on a Grand Wagoneer. There's no book value on a rock crawling Jeep. And just to show you how numbers, Mike asked me to show you guys. So that Land Rover is here. That customer 2 to 3 years ago paid $110,000 for that Land Rover. We have the paperwork. Only drove it once or twice, and it's currently for sale for $65,000 or $70,000. So all things don't go up; they do go down. He's taken a heck of a beating because he also had transportation. Then he had transportation to me. He did some upgrades. So, you know, again, but cash was more important. It's for sale. It's not sold yet, so anybody looking for a Land Rover, it's for sale. This is how you sell a vehicle to us, guys. This is our new situation here with the phone number. I think this will make life easier for everybody. Again, you don't have to be embarrassed. We know a lot of people are in a hardship. We know a lot of people are having a hard time. We know a lot of people have 4, 5, 6 cars and need to get rid of a couple of them. It's okay. We're going to be as fair as we can possibly be, and we're going to be easy. The man that $100,000 6-door truck I was talking about, I don't think I finished that one. We agreed upon $70,000-ish, might have been $75,000 6 months ago. He's had it for sale for 1 year. Well, Now, when it comes in, he's only getting 50. So he wishes he would have took that 70. He's only getting 50. Finally, he's tickled to death because he's like, is this real? And I'm like, it's as real as soon as my guy gets there and hands you this check, it's done. Like, I'm not worried about anything else. You've been honest with me. We've been over it. We've done videos. But he ended up with half of what he wanted. 1 year later, he's had it all over the internet everywhere. And we're not going to sell it the way it is. We're going to make major changes to it because I want 2 for 1 and it needs 2 for 2 because it's a 6-door truck. It needs to be 100%. We're going to make it 100%. So when the offer comes along, just like with him, you know, he came back to me and said, hey, is my offer still good? No, the offer's not good a year later, unfortunately. And I kind of chuckled. He didn't take much delight to that because he figured he was going to finally, oh my God, I'm going to get 75. He had all kinds of offers. None of them came through, whether it be financial, whether it be they didn't like the truck, whether it be they couldn't get a loan. Who knows? I mean, there's no book value on this vehicle either. It's old enough that it doesn't matter. So please understand those things when we make an offer, unless there's something that you does not disclose to us, it's as good as in cash in hand, check in hand, wire, transfer, whatever we need to do. We do this 3, 4, 5 times a day, but we get this question 15 to 20 times a day. So that's why we had to do it this way. We do want to talk to each and every one of you. We do need to be realistic. If you have something you think there's meat on the bone, you can see what we do because we put prices on everything. There's no price secrets on stuff unless it's in the works, like a couple of the square bodies. They're not for sale because I don't know what I'm going to finish spending on them. 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I don't know. Where does it end? Some of them it doesn't, unfortunately. So hit us up. That's what we need. That's the phone number. If we didn't do enough, it's Christian's fault behind the camera today.
All right.
But those are the ways you can get a hold of us and what we can do to help you guys in buying a vehicle from you, consigning a vehicle from you, or trading a vehicle from you. Thanks, guys. Hopefully that helps.